Hi folks, Max from HighOnAndroid.com, where we get high on Android every day. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and pull our Nexus 5 apart. This will help you definitely repair your phone later down the road if you, shatter the glass somehow. I do recommend using a case, by the way. I actually got this case. I have a link where you can get it. This case is awesome. I'll have actually a drop test of it too. But check it out, it's awesome. Anyway, let's go on to the disassembly of the Nexus 5. All the Nexus devices in the past have been very easy to do. This one should be pretty easy to do. You probably need a plastic tool such as this or some kind of plastic knife. So let's go ahead and do this. I don't know if you need a screwdriver, but I have it here just in case. Make sure you use the tool that came with your phone. And take the SIM card out first. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. This isn't the one that came with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it out with this tool. Set that aside, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna start here. I'll zoom in right there so you can see better. Let me adjust the lighting. There you go. And what you're gonna do is insert this plastic tool right here and slide it underneath, kind of pull it against it, and then try to get in between these things. So I'm going to go ahead, there we go. So I've got it in there, wedged in there, and I'm going to work it nicely across the whole phone. Yep. There we go, and this should pop it out. Yep, there we go. And there we go. And just go ahead and pop everything. And let me adjust the camera here. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way across. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the top here. Let's see if I can just kind of use my nails. Well, I just cut my nails. Now I'm kind of regretting, because I could do this with my nails if you have really nice long nails. It's actually a lot easier. There we go. And I'm just going to pop them out. Just slide it across. Just use just a little bit of force. And the latter part should be easier and easier. There we go. And it's just popping out nice. And hopefully I'll be able to get to the end here. Oh. I'll be back. Well, the pizza guy was here and I had to go eat some pizza, but let's go ahead and continue this. So I've got most of this off here, as you can see here. I just got to get the rest of it off. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this plastic tool over and should be able to pop the rest out. The last part is a little bit harder for some reason. And I'm gonna see if I can just kind of pop this part out. Alright, my phone's actually turning on at this point. There we go. And I'm just gonna try to pull it out slowly there. And these things are really stubborn at the end here. So I'm not sure I'm gonna get it out. Oh, there we go. Just pops out eventually, I think. Alright, there's some kind of adhesive that's holding it. That's why it was kind of hard. But I'm gonna go ahead and slowly work it out, not to damage the plastic. There we go. And boom shakalaka. We got the outer case here and this out, and nothing damaged so far. And there is a battery that goes here. I'm not exactly sure what that is for, but I believe I'm not sure. I can't tell. It may be for the wireless charging feature on this phone. Alright, let's go ahead and do the next deed here. So we got it off, and yeah, I'm not sure. We're gonna go ahead and set this aside. We won't need that anymore. And next we're going to go ahead and undo all of these screws, anything that's visible. So I'm going to go ahead and undo the screws. Now for this, I do highly recommend a number 00 screwdriver. I got this at my local hardware store. It's called the number 00. I highly recommend this. This works really well. Perfect fit for most smartphones. And I use it all the time because it's a perfect fit. So I'm going to go ahead and unscrew these, and we will fast forward all of this. Alright folks, so I've got all the visible screws out that I could see, and probably this bottom part should just pop out, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and use the plastic tool and kind of see if I can just pull it out. There we go. It does pull out. There we go. So that's the bottom piece. You put that aside. And you will see antenna hook up here. Alright, so go ahead and just snap that off. Oh, it's kind of stubborn. There we go. So I've got it off. And also there's another one here. I'm not sure why there's two. There's probably a purpose to each of them. I'm not sure what it does, but there we go. I've got those off, and this is some kind of connector, flex connector, so go ahead and pop that out. And also the top should come out, so since there's a flex cable here, I think I'm gonna have to pull this top cover off, and it just pulls right out. So I'm gonna put that aside. And this is obviously a flex cable that will pop out also. There we go. So once you get the top cover off, if you want to just replace the battery, you just pop the top part, this one, out, pull the flex cable out, and then you should be able to simply pull the battery out here. And it seems to be stuck for some reason, and I'm not sure why. But let me go ahead and if I can pull it. All right, this is, I think, the battery connector. I'm gonna undo it just in case. Yes, it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can pull this battery out. It's a little bit stubborn, and I'm thinking it's probably got some adhesive on it. So I'm gonna actually do that last, just in case, you know, it's still somehow stuck on there. But we should be able to pull the USB module here. Now, if your USB breaks, this is what you're gonna probably replace, the whole bottom part here. And I'm gonna slowly try to pull it out. And it's a little bit stuck here. There we go. So I just worked it out. And all of this is all flexible adhesive. So you should be able to just kind of pull it out. Just be really careful because you don't want to be, you know, losing that. I'm gonna go ahead and slide my plastic tool here. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna pull it gently. Just pull it gently, it'll come off. There we go. It's just a sticker. So here you go. So this is the USB module. Obviously, that's where USB goes. If something breaks with your USB, sometimes maybe you use the phone and you dropped your phone somehow and then it stops charging, sometimes charges, that means your USB module is faulty. So you can go ahead and replace this. Usually you'll be able to find these on eBay for about, you know, $5 probably, or about $10. Not that expensive, since there's no CPU in it or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that aside. And we've got some more work to do, and I'm gonna go ahead and undo the cables up here because next one I'm gonna go ahead and try to pull the motherboard. This is obviously motherboard up here, and make sure you undo all of the flex cables. There's another one up here I'm gonna pop out. There we go. So, and also this seems to be part of the motherboard, but I'm gonna just pop it out just in case. There we go. That pops out. I don't think you actually have to pop it out. I'm gonna put it back in. There we go. And nothing else connected. It should probably pop out, but let's go ahead and take the camera out here. And I believe this should pop out now. We'll have to get the main motherboard out first. And I'm gonna see if I can just pull it out, but something's holding it. Oh, there we go. There we go. And boom shakalaka, we've got the motherboard out. All right. And next we're gonna go ahead and pull the, I believe this is the back camera. It's kind of stuck for somehow. I might have to grab something else to actually pull it out. Let me grab some tweezers in a bit. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull the battery out now, because it's obviously just stuck by some kind of adhesive. Whoa. This battery top part has like a two parts to it, I think. So I'm not sure. I don't want to damage my battery here. Let me go ahead and grab something a little bit longer. And there we go. I'm just going to kind of work it in there. There we go. It's all just adhesive. So just grab something long, push it in there, and boom shakalaka. We've got the battery out. It is rated at 2300 milliamp hour. So very nice stuff. You know, eventually these batteries do wear out, you know, after probably a year or 2 years of use. If you use it as a daily driver, probably like within a year, you probably start getting less battery life. You can always grab these probably for like about 10 bucks by then. Replace it, have a brand new battery. So the only part we have left is taking these wires out, and also the camera, which is, I think, stuck on there by adhesive. There we go. So I'm gonna just kind of gently pull on it, actually put some force on it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of stick this plastic knife here and wedge it out of there. There we go. Yes, there we go. So this camera module, the whole thing just, it's taped on there. There we go, with the sticker there. I'm not gonna take it out because I don't want to bother. Well, I can just take it out. There we go. So if your back camera breaks, you can go ahead and probably buy this on Amazon for 20 bucks or something and replace that. So that's the camera. And let me go ahead and grab, whoop, did you see that? I just pulled it out. So I was gonna actually pull it out with the tweezer, but it just came out while I was holding it. So this is the 3.5 millimeter jack. And this is the front camera here, obviously. Let me go ahead and also use something here. All right, let me see. It's up. There we go. I just kind of pulled it, and there's a small adhesive here. I'm gonna probably reuse it, so be very careful. I don't know if you can see. There we go. So that's the front camera. Put that aside. And this is the obviously the speakers for the top. And I'm gonna see if I can just wedge it in there and just kind of pull it out, or what. Alright, we'll figure it out. Hopefully we won't break our phone here. Uh-oh. Too much force. I'm pulling all these parts out because if you do break the screen, you'll probably likely get the whole assembly here, but without all these little parts here. So you may have to replace this. Let me grab my tweezers real quick. There we go, that's better. Just trying to work without tweezers was nearly impossible. Oops. Yeah. Obviously I've lost this one here. This is what seems to be holding it in actually, so maybe I'm on the right track. There we go. So this part you're gonna have to undo, kind of pull on the metal part here, and then everything will kind of pull out. There we go. Yep. There we go. Get my finger in there. And this is all held by adhesive. So just be careful and just leave it in the same setting, and then we'll be able to put it back in and the adhesive will work. But these are obviously just holding the speakers in there, and that's what the speakers look like. Alright, have we done enough damage here? Obviously you'll be able to take the wires out. I'm gonna leave it in, but if you're replacing your screen, you probably have to take that out. And this is the actual, now I realize this is the LCD connector. So when you get a new module, it should come with all of this. You should not have to take it out, as this is part of the screen here. So most likely you should be able to get the screen with the whole assembly. I'm not sure if they sell, unlike Samsung devices on the LG, if they actually sell with the digitizer and you have to pull all that out. I don't think so. You should be able to grab assembled parts for it. But that's pretty much it for the disassembly. And let's take a quick look at what happened here. So looking pretty good. And that's what it looks like. With everything apart here. And there you go. So we'll put it together and hopefully we'll have a working Nexus 5. And let's do this, baby. Alright folks, let's disassemble it again. And let's do this. Alright, I'm going to simply work backwards. So I think the last thing I took out was the speaker part. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it here and make sure the adhesives are lined up. That's just good enough. Go ahead and push it back in there. Use the tweezers to put the metal things in place. And I might have actually screwed up here. So I'm in a little bit of a hurry. It's nighttime. I was gonna make videos during the day, but it was just too hot today. So there you go. That should be fine. I think this thing holds the speaker in place. I think I might have messed up a little bit here, but as long as the speakers work, they should be fine. I'm not sure what this thing does, but hold on a second here. I'm not at the best angle here to see. I should have cleared out my desk a little bit better. All right. That should be good enough. I don't think those metal things actually do anything. Well, hopefully. Let me go ahead and grab the 3.5mm jack here. Just make sure it's aligned the correct way. Yep. Alright. I'm not sure here. Sorry, this angle just makes it hard today. I should have adjusted the angle. Hold on a second. There we go. So it should go on like that. Alright, just make sure you can see the hole through there. Alright, there we go. And I've got the 3.5mm jack in there. And I forget what goes up here. You always just put the motherboard over it. And you'll see that the sensors are actually part of the motherboard, so I don't have to worry about the sensors. And you will see that now I know what this is for. This is for the actually speaker contacts. So what you got to make sure is just pull the flexible metal cable here. Make sure it's long enough so it will touch that spot. Mine's a little bit crooked. It shouldn't matter. As long as they're pulled out a little bit, it should contact. Yeah, it's just going to contact. Well, let me try to do it a little bit better. Make it straight the way it should be. Go ahead and use my... You know what? You might need a knife and kind of work it from the underneath. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of try to push it straight. There we go, straight up. There we go. And that looks way better. It's now it should be easy to touch it. There we go. Now when I push down it, it's going to touch the contacts there. So leave it up a little bit. That's my suggestion. And let's not forget the front camera. And I forget which way this goes. Did we get the camera first, or it shouldn't matter. Alright, I got the camera in. Alright, taped it against there. And I'm not sure if that's also supposed to touch. So here's something you should just use your common knowledge. This probably goes in after. I totally forget. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back in. And the camera connector should go right here. Right, I'm not sure. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I did it wrong. That's fine. See how the camera connector would be right about there, and somehow I'm gonna have to go around this. So the camera connector has to come around the side, so this should be connecting this way. There we go. So make sure it's on the right side, so it didn't matter whatever I did with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this back. And again, this is a little bit tricky. There we go. Alright, that's fine. And I've got that camera in. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the main camera, which I remember is held by this sticker thing here. And I'm not too worried about it. These things are pretty sturdy. Once you connect the connectors to the motherboard, is not gonna really move that much, but kind of just put it in there. There's still the adhesives, enough adhesives to get it going there. And next I'm gonna go ahead and put the battery in. I might need it, and go ahead and kind of push on it. And then I have no more parts left, so I must have put all the parts in. I'm gonna go ahead and slowly work this in here, making sure the back camera connectors are going through the whole hole here, and also making sure nothing is left behind. And there we go. Make sure no connectors are stuck underneath the motherboard, which can be a common mistake when repairing phones, and you can actually damage those cables pretty easily. I'm going to go ahead and try to put the flex cables all back in. That's probably what's all required here. I really like the fact that there's not that many cables here. I mean, there are some. And this battery cable, you can see it's a little bit longer, so what you can see that there's a hint of making it bend, so I'm going to go ahead and bend it with that. And I'm going to go ahead and use my tweezers, well, and my fingers, and carefully place the antenna back on here. And make sure you do it right first time with these. These can also break quite easily if you put the force the wrong way. Just make sure they're aligned before you push them in, because the pin is, those are pretty darn tiny pins. Alright, I didn't get it in perfectly there. Alright, sorry. Keep losing the camera. There we go. And you should hear a nice pop there. And forget if I did everything right. Yeah, I think that's it. And I've got all the cables in, and I just gotta put up this this USB module down here, and I'm gonna go ahead and slowly work it in from the right side. Remember, whatever we ended up with. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Since this is an adhesive, I'm gonna align it to the right. Gonna push it in there. So it's stuck on there, and I'm gonna see if I can just work it in there. That work? And yeah, and it fit in perfectly. Just make sure it fits. It fits, it ships. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the plastic tool, kind of work it in there a little bit better. Just kind of press it in where the adhesives are supposed to be. Alright, that should be fine. You can go ahead and kind of apply a little bit more pressure. Alright, that's all nicely in. I'm going to go ahead and put the antenna up here, and I'm going to align it, push it in, pop. There we go. That's the perfect way to do it. And also same thing with the one on the right. I'm going to make sure it's aligned perfectly. And apply a little pressure and pop. And you should hear a little pop. And also at the top here, this is obviously, I was telling you, this is the display connector that goes to the bottom. So interesting that the display actually connects to the bottom USB board here and then goes back up to the top to the main board. So there's actually no main connection to the display from the motherboard. It actually goes through a third-party board down here. I'm not sure why that is, but it's probably due to their design. And I've got the connector down here. It's popped in. Everything seems okay here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the cover here on the bottom, and just making sure it should pop in there. There we go. Perfect. I'll apply a little bit of pressure and making sure everything's connected. Make sure nothing's loose or something. That's number one way to get it wrong. And that's pretty much it, folks. And I'm going to go ahead and put the top part in here. All right. And what we're going to do before we do the final assembly, we're going to go ahead and turn it on. So go ahead and hit the power button. Make sure everything's working. So I'm going to power it on and make sure everything's working, such as the camera. My display is obviously working, so that's good news. That's probably the number one thing you should check for. And then the front camera, the vibrator. So I'm not hearing any sound. That might be due to the fact that it may have to be connected there, but I'm not hearing any sound. Let me go ahead and see if I can play some Pandora real quick. For 1 second here. No, my sound is not working for some reason. But I'm not sure if the back cover has anything to do with it. I don't think so. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the bottom out and see what I did wrong here. But basically, the speakers are right here. And the speakers are actually on the left side. So I'm not sure what happened to the speakers. Oh, I see. The speakers are actually here. So what happened was, because I had the cover on, but I don't have the back cover on, so it's kind of loose. So if I hold it down, I should be able to hear it. There we go. So the sound is working. You can go ahead and hold that down to test the sound. And make sure you test the camera. So this camera is working. And I'm going to go ahead and test the front. All right. And that's pretty much all you can test for. And the top cover came off, obviously, again. And all I have left is all the screws. I took it out. So I'm going to go ahead and put all the screws back in. And let's just fast forward. This is probably the boring part. So I'm going to go ahead and put all the screws back in. Alright folks, just do, make sure it's tight and do like just a slight turn after that, like 1/8. There we go. There we go. That should be good enough. And my touch screen is working. I'm going to go ahead and do the final part, which is pretty easy to do. Obviously, you just pop it back in there. Probably the easiest method. And just pop it all back in there. And just clean it off with something. There we go. And as good as new. Hold on, let me clean it off real quick. Alright folks, so it is done here. I've disassembled it, assembled it, and my sound is working, my vibration is working, I can feel it. Let's go ahead and double check my camera is working. You can see that camera is working. Alright, and let me go ahead and switch it to the front. Oops. Or the back. Alright, so it is working just fine. And also my Wi-Fi is working. And I'm going to go ahead and pop my SIM card back in there. And everything is working. So it's all good. Bluetooth working. So major stuff working, nothing broken. And I hope you guys enjoy this guide on how to disassemble and reassemble your Nexus 5. It is pretty easy to do. Just be careful when you pull the back cover off. Do it really slowly, because I kind of forced it a little bit on here and I can kind of see a little bit of mark. But otherwise, it's pretty easy to do, and just go real slow. But anyone can do this. It's not like a laptop. I've broken many laptops while trying to open it when I was younger. Just don't break it when you open it. But yeah, this should help you replace some of the parts. But since this phone is only like $350, depending on what you broke, if you broke the screen, it might be better if you just bought a whole new phone. I don't know. Just the parts for the screens can be kind of high. It's around that range, so I don't know. With this phone, just try to use a case, and you know, if you use a case such as this one, you will never ever break the screen, man. Because I've had this. Oh, why did it reboot on me? I've had this case on my Note 2 S4. I've dropped it a bunch of times. I've never broken the screen with this one because it's got a nice. Anyway. That's how you do it, and I will see you guys soon. As always, don't forget to hit that like button for me here, subscribe button there or wherever it is, and I will see you guys soon. Stay hoi on Android. Yeah.